how to solve number 2.
Okay, and then we'll do number 3 after together.
Alright. Okay, so first of all, you're gonna have to start off by drawing a sketch of a parabola. So you're gonna just draw a sketch, and then this will be 200 and this will be 0. And then a point on the graph around here will be 30, 51. And then you know that the vertex or the height is 100. Now you don't know the y value of it, so we're just gonna make it a question mark. After that, you're going to have to use the formula y equals to a bracket x minus r x minus s. That's the equation you're going to be using to solve this question. And then you're going to do y equals to a x minus 0 x minus 200. Now I got these two numbers because it's 0 and 200. These are the r and s values, so you're going to plug them into here. And then you're going to use the point that you have, which is 30, 51, and plug it into the rest of the equation. So it'll be y equals to a 30 minus 0, 30 minus 200. The reason why it's both 30 is because it's x and x, and that's 30. And then after that step, you're going to put 51 into y, and then you're going to keep the rest of the equation the same. And then after that, it'll be 51 equals to a, and then 30 minus 0 is 30, and 30 minus 200 is negative 170. And then after you do this, you're going to have to divide both of the sides, or when you multiply this, your answer is going to be negative 5,100, and then you have to divide both of the sides by that number. So you're going to be 51 a bracket negative 5,100, and then you're going to divide this by negative 5,100, and also this by negative 5,100, and that will give you 0.01, and this is a negative. That is your a value that is from this equation. And then, so now you know at the vertex at the vertex y equals to negative 0.01 bracket 100 minus 0, 100 minus 200. Now you got this 100 from the vertex over here, and now you're trying to find the y value of it because you know x is 100. So now you're going to solve this equation, and then y equals to negative 0.01. 100 minus 0 is 100, and 100 minus 200 is negative 100. And then you're going to multiply this together, so you're going to apply this to the first one and then take that and multiply it by 100. So it'll be y equals to negative 1, and then you're going to multiply that by negative 100. And then after, you're going to get your y, which is 100. So therefore, the highest point on the graph is 100, 100, which is the vertex.
Solve question number 2. First, you need to find two equations. So the first one is going to be area is equal to xy, and the second one is going to be 30 is equal to 5x plus y. I know it's 5x because there are 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this side is going to be y. After that, you have to rearrange the equation to find the y value. So it's going to be y is equal to 30 minus 5x. And after that, you have to plug this into this equation to find the x value. So x area is equal to x 30 minus 5x. And after that, you're going to use the distributive property. So it's going to be equals to 30x minus 5x squared. After that, you're going to rewrite the equation again, so it's going to be negative 5x squared plus 30x, and then you have to find a common factor, so it's going to be negative 5x squared minus 6x. You divide negative 30 by negative 5 and negative 5x squared by negative 5, and after that you're going to use the formula c is equal to b divided by 2 squared to find the maximum area and the x value. So that is going to be area is equal to negative 5 bracket x squared minus 6x plus negative 6 divided by 2 squared, subtract negative 6 divided by 2 squared, and then you solve, equals to negative 5x squared minus 6x plus negative 3 squared minus negative 3 squared. equals to negative 5 x squared plus 6x plus 9 subtract 9. And the final answer is going to be negative 5 x minus 3 squared plus 45. So 45 is the maximum area, and 3 becomes the x value. After that, you're going to substitute this equation back into the area equation to solve for y. So that's going to be area is equal to xy, which is equal to 45 equals to 3y. 45 divided by 3 equals to y, so 15 equals y. So therefore, 3 and 15 are the dimensions. And if you were to draw that, it would look like this. 4 sides, x equals to 3, and this side is equal to 15. If you wanted to find one side alone, you would do 15 divided by 4, which is equal to 3.75. So this side is equal to 3.75. So the first step is to write out an equation, which is going to be 3x plus 2y is equal to 30. 3x are the 3 congruent sides on this side, will represent that side by x, and 2y is this congruent side, which will be represented by y. 30 is the amount that he has. Next, you're going to move 2y to the left side, so it'll be 2y is equal to 30 minus 3x, and you're going to divide everything by 2 to get y by itself. So it's going to be y is equal to 15 minus 1.5x. After that, you're going to write out the area of a rectangle, which is equal to xy, and then you're going to write the equation of the area with this inside. So it's going to be x 15 minus 1.5x. After that, you're going to find the area of an equilateral triangle, which is equal to the square root of 3 over 4x squared. So when you combine this equation with this area, that would look like x 15 minus 1.5x plus the square root of 3 over 4x squared. The second step is to solve this equation, so it's going to be area is equal to x 15 minus 1.5x plus the square root of 3 over 4x squared, which is equal to 15x minus 1.5x squared plus the square root of 3 over 4x squared, which is equal to bracket the square root of 3 over 4 minus 1.5 x squared plus 15x, which is equal to 1.6669 x squared plus 15x. This is negative. Then you're going to find the axis of symmetry, which is equal to xs is equal to negative b over 2a, which is equal to negative 15 divided by negative 2.1338. And the answer to that is 7.03. So therefore, these sides are equal to 7.03 meters.
Okay, so now since we found the x, we're going to have to find the y value. So we know that y equals to 15 minus 1.5, and since x was 7, you're going to replace x with 7. So that gives you 15 minus 10.5, and that is 4.5. So you know y equals to 4.5, and after this, you're just going to draw a diagram of a triangle. So we know that this side is 7.03, but since it says to round to the nearest tenth of a meter, you know that this will actually be 7 meters. So you're going to do 7 over 2 equals to 3.5, which is your a value. And now you're going to use the equation a squared plus b squared equals to c squared to solve the rest. So that will be, 3.5 squared plus b squared equals to 7 squared. So 12.25 plus b squared equals to 49. Now you're trying to solve for b squared, so you're going to bring it to the other side. So b squared equals to 36.75. To get this number, what we did was we took 12.75 to the other side and subtracted it from 49, and that gave us 36.75. After this, you have to find the square root of that number. and the square root will give you the value of b, which is 6.06. So that's your b value, and therefore you know that the height of the triangle is 6.06 meters. So you could draw a diagram just for help. So I am going to draw a triangle, and you know that the height of it is 6.06 meters. And then I'll draw a rectangle. You know that the sides will obviously look like this, and you know that this will be 4.5 meters, this will be 7 meters. And then I'm just gonna draw a diagram for the overall play area that he has, and this will be 7 meters, this will be 4.5 meters, the height will be 6.06 meters, and that is how you solve this question.
Finally, we're done. Did you study for the math test tomorrow?
What math test?